Rafael told me you'd come. I see you got the bag. Good. And no questions asked either. Even better. Here's what he promised you. And check back with me if you're looking for more work. I always have use for quiet types. What now? Looking to make a few more U-crits, huh? You're in luck. Because I could use someone just like you. The bag you retrieved happened to be full of U-crate chips. A small fortune. But it's not exactly, you know, real. To make them real, I need those chips deposited to a verified account. But my biometrics will trigger all sorts of alarms with the established banks. So I need an innocent face. A face like yours. Get inside the principal finance bank, in between Resdev and Umbilical. We had a guy on the inside, so there's an ATM there that's prepped. Use it. When you're done, you take the receipt to my associate, Kudo, at the Satori. He'll pay you. We won't speak again. Get going.
Fuck you want. Franco sent you. Sorry. No refunds. Now eat it. My ferals are the best.
Kuinka paljon sun elämä maksaa?
Or on the plate. But it'll be the plate for you once Papa here is done with you. Maybe I'll have you filleted. Papa.
Papa kill. Täällä taas kurkkaa. En söisi kyllä sitä ruokaa mitä tarjotaan, mutta oma valinta. Noniin. Vaikka olla ihan kivat aseet. Vähän valikoimaa siitä, että voitte käyttää erityyppisiä.
I heard. Flowers flatlined and that fucking thing he was breeding in too. Nice job. He was sending his ferals to take out all the other meat sellers.
Uh-huh.
Who knows what else he's used them for? As you can see, my place has gone through a bit of a makeover while you was away.
Uh-huh.
I tried irradiating the shit out of that meat, but it just became stringy as hell. No one in their right mind will ever eat it. But then I was playing around with frozen chunks and my electro knife, and it came to me. Frank Holmes' frozen meat sculptures.
Uh-huh.
I always wanted to be an artist. And as it turns out, my sculptures are flying off the shelves. I made one for you too, for a job well done. Here you go.
Joo, right.
Just make sure it doesn't thaw.
Right. Ilmeisesti porukka ostaa niitä vaan sitten niinku lahjaksi niin sanotusti. Oli aika eksoottista lounasta kyllä. No mites doppakset edistyy?
Just the guy I was looking for.
Mitä täytyy nyt hankkia?
So, the stuff he got me from our good friend out in the node. Shit is fan-fucking-tastic and all, but here's the thing. The puny little Carlins that have been coming in here. The ones all desperate to get punked on that right quick. Wow, I think their hearts have been starting to explode or some shit.
Vähän liikaa yliannetta.
Like seriously, the stuff is too intense. They just can't handle it. So yeah, we need some lower grade stuff. Something the Carlins can handle as well. I mean, business is booming now. But why leave money on the table?
Yeah, niinpä.
I want to be able to
Asiakkaat
service
kuolee.
all my clients. Know what I mean? So, be a pro and do one more run for me? Perfect. I knew you'd be a sport. Here's the thing, though. Shit's been tight lately, and my guys had to move from the node to Stimtown. Thought it would be best to lay low next little bit. These days, no one gets in or out of that place without the proper say-so. So our boy, well, he figured that would be a good bet. Good place to ride out the shit. So yeah, bro, assuming you can find a way on in there, go get my stuff from our boy. And let's you and me get these little guys all jacked up in no time flat. Heart attack not included this time.
Ymmärrän. Nauraa vaan.
Oh, the sweet irony. Here you are, two-timing as a damn CGT operative for whatever mystery corp that sly of foreign represents, and you can't even get into Stimtown for a stiff one? You've come a long way, but you still depend on me, huh?
Vähän niinku.
Well, you're in luck, because I need an errand runner. There's a bartender named Spice over at the loading bars expecting a delivery from me. They don't like to admit it, but most of the proprietors over there depend on my goodwill. Now this delivery would be frowned upon.
Ja Puune haluaa olla hyvässä väleissä korporaattien kanssa.
I have an arrangement with a guard named Wharton. Let him know I sent you and he'll let you through. Get the package delivered to Spice and you'll have your access. And remember, you owe me. We'll just let that simmer for a while.
Teen palveluksen ja jää perkaa. Tää kuulostaa tosi hyvältä. Joo, selvä.
You really don't want to upset me. Steak Boss Poon. Again? Fuck. I've paid my fucking dues to him 10 times over already. Don't ever indebt yourself to a jackal.
Joo.
Oh well, come on through. And let that bastard know I've had enough of his favors. After this, we're even. I'm giving you permanent access, so I don't have to bother with your face again.
Stimtown access has been severely restricted to keep gangers out. Only select customers are allowed entry. How does it feel not to be select, Flash?
He. Stimtown. Joo. Pakkoliikkeitä. Sense Enhancer. Plug and play. No niinpä tietysti. Intimibot 5000. Selvä. Private. Edistyneitä komponentteja.
You know, you really don't look like you belong here. Hey, wait a sec. Maybe you can help us out. So my babies have been getting all broken up here. Things being what they are and all.
Uh-huh.
Some of my customers have been getting a little, shall we say, overeager.
Se on verhoja on asiakkaita.
Heart's getting all worn down real bad and, well, kind of fucked up, honestly. I usually get a shipment from Grigori in the node, but, you know, state of the world and all, they just ain't happening right now.
No.
So yeah, can you hit up Grigori for the latest shipment? Go give me some brand new babies. I'll give you something real nice in return. Count on it.
Karkkipäivä. Päivä. Dirty the Dive. Selvä.
Fuck the chef and this entire establishment. I come here all the time. I'm a good customer. The best he... Listen, this is by far the most delicious soup I've had in my entire life. And he refuses to tell me the secret. We shouldn't keep secrets. I'm sure that tie-fisted chef has the recipe lying around somewhere. I got his hat number, but I'm not the break-in type.
Niinpä tietysti. Sinua voitaisiin epäillä siinä tapauksessa, jos murtautuisit.
You look like you might care less about locked doors. Care to help a girl in need?
Yeah.
Good. I happen to have a dynamic key card. All it needs is the loving touch of a data broker and it should get you inside. My mate Flamingo's got a brokerage operation set up in Cluster 13. He'll fix the card for you. Then give me the recipe.
Huh. Resepti.
You again. My lucky day. Wait, what? The last shipment was too strong. Well, shit, I warned you, didn't I? Go easy, I said, didn't I? People never listen. Never, ever listen. Well, fine then. Here, try this cut batch instead. It's not nearly as potent as the last batch, but it would still do the job. In fact, might even be perfect for a guy like you.
Yeah.
What's that? It's for the Carlins. Yeah, sure, man. Wherever you gotta tear yourself to sleep at night. Anyway, take this shit and get the fuck out of here. And remember, you don't know me, and I don't know you. And this never happened. I mean, I'm trying to go unnoticed here, you get me?
Selvä.
Name your poison, friend. Well, looky here. Poon actually came through. Give him my thanks. Now, what can I do you for? Sure, coming up. Rings a bell. The There was a mid-boss who came here slumming every once in a while. She's not welcome here anymore, though. Couldn't keep her hands off the other clientele. Gave her 2 passes, but she struck out on the 3rd. I bet you can find her at the Dirty Dive. They're less picky with their customers. Yeah, you know, when the uppers come down here to sample the forbidden fruit. Fucking tourists, if you ask me. But I don't say no to their U-creds. Name says it all, doesn't it? It's not far from here. Sure thing, friend. Just give a shout if you need something.
Se oli ystävällinen. Tosi mä annoin sille huumeita, joten ehkä se selittää tämän.
Somewhat trusted, even if you
You know what? We got a guy inside that can maybe use your help. Should pop in and have a word.
Jonkun aseen jäänyt. The Feast. Se on shotguni.
I'm Paolo, and you're lonely, I can tell. Buy me a kick? Thanks, hon. That's sweet of you. And here we were having such a good time. Why bring up that bitch? Alright, so we used to go out for a while. She had U-creds, used to brag about her crib up in A-Stack. Some penthouse dude. Dumped me like yesterday's trash when she started hanging out with the Quicks. Good riddance. AKA Blossom Hill. Fancy name for a sad fucking building. I hear the Quicks have the run of the place now. Not local, are you, hon? The liquid Quicks? Pretty easy going unless you cross them. Can't see what the hell she saw in them. Tense flatliner named Trenning is leading them these days. He'll know her for sure. Thanks for the kick. And if you find her, tell her to go fuck herself.
Hyvin sanottu. Dirty Dive.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I in your way? I really should
Kaveri
watch
pissää
where I'm
lattialle.
standing. What a terrible, terrible cycle. But at least I'm still alive. That's always something to be thankful for.
Yksi kaveri on näkymättä.
But I shouldn't burden you with my woes. Are you sure you want me to share? Oh, how kind. My story is a terrible one. I'm Ivan. Yes, I was almost poisoned, you see. A most unfortunate mishap. But do not be alarmed. I still have my health. Though I can't say the same for my poor Crystal. He drank the poison in my stead. Always hungry and thirsty was poor Crystal. He was a prized fighter in the Carnage Cage, too. A champ. I trained him myself. From when he was a vicious little mutie to the crazed, slabbering beast he became. Ah, the times we had. Kaiser first really should give me a new pup. It's the very least he can do after poisoning Crystal. But I was never good at confrontations. But you look like one for whom confrontations happen every day. To your advantage. Maybe if you asked Kaiser to replace Crystal for me, he might listen. After all, he's the one who tried to poison me in the first place, for not selling Crystal to him. He runs the Carnage Cage over in the Grinder. Don't hesitate to use all your powers of persuasion. My humble thanks.
Kyberpsykoja.
thinking about Lania. You're lucky that backstabbing board owes me creds or you'd be stripped for odds and orgs by now. Why do you want to know? Lania has a penthouse in his very stack. Must have made premium creds on that little side business of hers.
Jaa, sivuansiota.
I'd go up there and sell things myself, but we got our hands full with those Turbo Viper fucks. We had an arrangement. Now and then she'll need someone brought through the district without CorpSec being the wife, right? Or anyone else for that matter. So we'd use the yeast containers. Normally they go to the Ponic farms, but the specials went into storage. No clue what happened after that. She still owes us for the last transport. I didn't ask, she didn't tell. Sentience is all I can tell you. You could hear them moaning and mumbling, and don't fucking get me started. We're gonna flatline a lot of them if they don't back off. If you do find her, tell her the quicks don't forget.
Selvä.
Hey, wait a sec. Look like you can hold your own? Maybe. Fact is, we could use your help. Thing is, my boys, the Liquid Quicks, we're losing ground here. We've held this place for years, since our home. You know that phrase, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet? Well, it's total bullshit. We got Air Rose, the Glittering Rose apartment complex to be precise, and they took it from us. We want it back. It's ours. And ain't no other building gonna do. So can you help us all? See? I knew you were looking to tussle. The bad guys, yeah, that's right, I said it. The Turbo Vipers, they've been edging in here for some time now, mixing it up in it. We put up with it for a while, because, you know, we was trying to keep the peace. Or at least that was the plan. Of course. It's like give an inch, take a mile. So the next thing we know, they've taken over the road, been our home for like a generation. Well, I say, Possum Hills is our territory, and the Glittering Rose is our home. And ain't no one gonna tell us otherwise. We tried playing nice, and look where that glass. So now we're gonna lay down the law. And by we, I mean you. Get what I'm saying?
Destiny ammut kaikki. Selvä.
The turbos are all hauled up in the Glittering Rose as of right now. Easy enough to head on over there and take care of business. Come back here when you're done.
Ne ei kuitenkaan respaa muuta kuin vaihtaa silloin kun vaihtaa tasoa, että sillä.
Overriding door lockdown. No override needed. Door already unlocked.
Jaha.
Biometrics match those of employee number 0381945V. Laura Lanier. That's her. Preliminary forensics analysis indicates she died recently. And messily. I will savor these images. I have a suggestion. Access the HAB surveillance system. It should have recorded what happened here. Maybe there's some graphic footage from my collection. The surveillance terminal should be accessible from somewhere on this floor. This habitation space was clearly decorated by a being with no aesthetic sense. The color combinations are corrupting my code. The corpse is a marked improvement.
On vähän outo koodi tällä mun tekoälyllä. onpas sitä kaikkea. Rikas yhtiön työntekijä. No niin, kyberrekin upgrade.
Accessing surveillance footage. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Such clarity, Flash.
Tekoäly on vähän outo.
Fascinated by seeing misplaced bodily fluids. Bracketing relevant sequence. And there you go. I saved a copy for my own enjoyment as well. That was brutal. Checking murderer biometrics against Ascent Group employee database. Match found. One of the sentients accompanying the murderer is Lab Chief Hayden, assigned to the XMAT lab in the Res Dev Zone. Suggestion: arrange for a friendly interview with Lab Chief Hayden, and then surprise him with sudden pain to encourage cooperation.
Kira here. Lab Chief Hayden is a prominent member of the Ascender Club. Why would they want Lania dead? She must have arranged for those scientists to be brought to Hayden's XMAT lab. We want you to go there and access the local mainframe for us. It should have the information we're after.
I'm Grateful Abbott, and oh boy, do I have a feed for you. Things got unusually rowdy in Corp Zone tonight when a brawl at the Dream World Club turned intensely lethal. The feed has learned that masses of murder's gangers were killed in a very uneven tussle before the survivors rapidly vacated the premises. I gotta say, I have a soft spot for the weak standing up against the strong. All the kudos to you, whoever you are. Things also got rather heated at the docks when a Suntor Klein Corpinus suddenly exploded in a fiery conflagration. Representatives of Suntor Klein has declined to comment on the accident. And with CorpSec on temporary leave, we shouldn't expect any investigation soon. I, for one, feel both happy and grateful that the blast didn't claim any victims. Speaking of victims, the feed has learned of another 8Co factory collapse out in the squat. This makes for 7 8Co facilities going defunct in just a short while. No word yet of casualties, though it is estimated at least 300 Carlin indents and their Jackland supervisors were present when the building blew up. The cause seems to have been a faulty atmospheric unit unable to cope with a thickly crowded workspace. It's like I always say, we should treasure our lives.
The Biotastic Corp facility has been quarantined following their failed attempt at domesticating the aggressive Senbid-2 virus. Building slated for complete eradication pending arcology restoration.
Jaha. Voinko taas viruksista oman käyttöön? Aha.
Your wanton murdering of innocents reveals you for an amateur. We expect better. A CGT operative is a professional.
Onko täällä aika paljon vihollisia? Jaha, pitää mennä naaprin läpi. No, toivottavasti sieltä löytyy lisää terveyttä. Mulla on vähän vähissä nuo osumapisteet. Onpas siisti. The minor note. En usko, että tää tulee. Oho! Emme kuolleetkaan. Mutta jäljet on sen näköisiä. Mitähän tästä napista tapahtuu? Okei.
Altered plans. We want you to appropriate the entire lab for us. Seems it's the only way we'll get unrestricted access to the files we want. You know what to do. Locate the SI, jack in, and let our AGI work it over. Kira out.
Mielenkiintoista. Muuttuu vähän suunnitelmat lennossa. Terveyttä vähän lisää. Toi näyttää tästä tekoälytimeltä. Tässä varmaan tulee taas Horde mode päälle. Jokinlainen epätoivoinen puolustustaistelu. Joo, tästä pääsee kahdesta suunnasta.
This is Kira. We see multiple Ascenders closing in on your position. They brought some sort of mechanized support as well. We've sent backup, but they won't get there in time. Do not let those Ascenders imbeciles abort the imprint process.
Ampua ylöspäin, mutta ei voi ampua alaspäin tuolta tasolta. Ja tietysti. Ja tietysti. Taas tollanen.
You have interfered enough. We are safeguarding the values of this company and you are an interloper. It ends now. Team, passion, commitment. Ascenders for the Ascent Group.
Isoja ongelmia.
No
Erkki. Smart Erkki. Smart Erkki. Aika Cyberpunkilta se kuulostaa kyllä.
We've recalled the backup team. Now, get us a complete data dump from that mainframe and we'll call it a cycle.
No niin, töihin siitä. Kaikki lomat on peruttu.
Accessing mainframe. Y-Corp AGI link established. Data dump initiated. Data dump complete.
That was above par performance. You are obviously far more capable than what your poor species baseline indicates. The complete XMAT lab data analysis will take some time, but we've already found something significant. It seems the scientists smuggled in by Onyx Void were shuttled through the lab to an unknown destination. They were all assigned to something called Project Menshen. Get on that holophone and we'll discuss next steps.
Projekti Menshen. Holopuhelimeen vaan sitten. Haloo.
Good. We are cross-referencing Menshen against all available data, but no hits. The omission is in fact so glaring it's obvious once you see it. The Ascenders have been purging all the data they can find. It is of paramount importance we learn exactly what Menshen is, so that we can locate and secure it for Y-Corp. All our assets will now be dedicated towards this single goal. Next, you must make contact with the Ascent Group board. This could prove quite impossible, considering the security systems protecting the boardroom. But we have exhausted all other options. Only by communicating with the board directly can we hope to uncover the final pieces of this puzzle. Out of our expendable assets, you have proven the most capable, so we trust you to complete this assignment as well. We will be providing what backup we can, but our AGI cannot help you with Pinnacle access, as that might put it in direct conflict with the Ascent Group AGI. We want to avoid an intelligence cataclysm at all costs.
Intelligence
Prepare accordingly, and then use all your resources to find a way to ascend.
There is a Pinnacle elevator connecting to this level. It's been marked for you.
Nice. Syntax error.
All right. Though it pains me to ask, you just might be able to help. I'm in the import-export business, you see. I buy and sell water. Luxury water. The very best. And only to the very best people. Well, perhaps buy isn't quite the right word. More like borrow. The water goes to the top. The very top. To the pinnacle, of course. Where my quite discerning clientele wants, dare I say, expects only the most extraordinary of water testing experience. We seem to be running a bit low at the moment, however, so I was thinking, perhaps you could make a trip for me? Replenish my stock? Wonderful! Now, I doubt your rather blunt taste buds in your, quite barbaric sense of smell would scarcely be able to appreciate the final qualities of my water. So dubbed the elixir of the gods by my oh-so-discerning clientele. But the thing is, you don't need to taste the stuff, as it really is easy enough to identify. The water comes from a bathhouse, you see. Specifically the bathing pool where all the Corlins like to relax after work. We don't know what it is exactly, but there seems to be something about those Corlins just sitting there sweating away. Detoxing, as it were. And thus we get all that residue just floating around in the pool. That, mixed with the groundwater, the natural sediment, whatever else, gives us the elixir of the gods. Or so they say.
So all you have to do, my new friend, is simply head to the bathhouse to look for a bathing pool with an abnormally high concentration of koalas having a dip. Collect a sample from there and bring it on back. Easy enough?
Kennain H2O. Kyllä.
Access denied. Emergency shutdown in effect.
Override.
Magenta clearance needed for override.
Yes, I'm cleared magenta and orange and teal and all the pretty colors. Now please, let me out.
Biometrics confirmed as Grateful Abbott.
Grateful Abbott.
Two-step authentication required. Please scan access fob.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. I lost my fob. Override, damn it.
Access denied. Emergency shutdown in effect.
I appreciate that
Huumoripiiriä ei ole asennettu.
I do, but I'm really not the enemy here. Can't you just make an exception? This once. Were you hoping to go up? This friendly mech just kindly informed me that access to the top floor is restricted. It's doing an excellent job, isn't it? If I hadn't lost my fob, I'd be relaxing in my rinser already.
Please disperse or face lethal repercussions.
Last time I know I had it was back in the corp zone. Could be that those friendly Rojan found it. Maybe I can burden you with asking them. They weren't very communicative when I was there. If you can get my fob back, I'll let you ascend with me. And that's a promise you can trust. The more I think about it, the more you feel like the potential silver lining here. How about it?
Toki. Kuulostaa hyvältä.